Hello, dear students. Good morning to all of you. Okay, let's begin start our today's history class. Okay, now we are going to discuss the next topic of our history's first chapter. The next topic, you can see the topic title is there: historians and their sources. Historians and their sources. Okay, now what is the sources? Okay, the sources are the evidences or the different objects and documents we are using to investigate about the past. Okay, that is we can simply call it as sources. Okay, the sources are help us to give information about the past. Okay, so historians are uses different types of sources to learn about past, to get idea about the past or to know about the past. Historians are using different types of the sources, and these sources they are used by the historians which was based on the period of study and the nature of the investigation. The selection of the sources by the historians to know about the event in the past which was based on the period of study as well as the nature of investigation. For example, if any historian is trying to know about the Paleolithic period, he should have only available the archaeological sources. There is no other sources. So the collection or the findings of the sources was based on the historical period or the studies period of history, and also the nature or the mode of the investigation. Okay, then next we are moving to the another topic: sources of medieval India. Sources of medieval India, which are the important sources to know about the medieval Indian history. Okay, there are two types of sources available to learn about the medieval Indian history. Okay, we have available, or students are find out the two types of the sources to make the history of the medieval India. The one type of sources is archaeological sources, and the second type is literary sources. Okay, and archaeological sources and literary sources. Okay, first of all we can discuss about the archaeological sources. What is archaeological sources? Archaeological sources are the primary object which was left behind the human beings from the past. Okay, which gives the first-hand information about the past. The archaeological sources gives us first-hand information about the past. Okay, following are some examples for the archaeological sources: coins, inscriptions, paintings, architectures, tools, implements, and other objects. That means whatever the materials which have left behind, touched and used by the past people. Here, again, different coins of the rulers, inscriptions of the rulers and nadwais, paintings of the painters, architectural buildings, different monuments, tools, implements, etc. And the museums are the places to keep the archaeological object. Okay, to keep or to store such archaeological object like coins, inscriptions, paintings, tools, implements. Such objects we will preserve in the museums. So the museums are the places to preserve and conserve the archaeological artifacts. Okay, then now we are going to discuss the literary sources. The second type of the sources is literary sources. Literary means the written documents, written or textual documents. Okay, it gives detailed information about the past. Okay, because the books or any documents which will give the more information about the past. Okay, then some examples for the literary sources: holy texts, chronicles, letters, teaching of saints, petitions, judicial records, registers of taxes and accounts. Okay, holy textbook of the different religion, Quran, Bible, Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, etc. Then chronicles of the court historians about different rulers, letters which was written by the previous people. For example, our great Mahatma Gandhi was written the many letters to the British officers and even to the Hitler also. Hitler, one of the dictator rule of Germany. Okay, that time was the Gandhi was written a letter to the Hitler also. So such letters. Then teaching of the science. Science means the priest people. Okay, Sufis, Bhakti leaders. Okay, such Buddha, Jaina, such people. Sorry, such saints. Their teachings also we will get as literary sources. Then judicial records, the records or the court orders. Then different tax and account information of the traders and merchants as well as the administrative records. Okay. Then next there are two type of sources. One is archaeological sources, second one is literary sources. Okay, that we have already understood. Then the literary sources are also two types. One is manuscript and second one is printed text. Okay, there are two types of the literary sources. One is manuscripts, second one is the literary sources. Now, what is manuscripts? The manuscripts are the handwritten documents. The written documents by hand is called manuscripts. Okay, it was prepared by the help of scribes. Scribe means those for the people who will write the histories and other events for the wages. Such people is called scribes. Okay, and it was beautifully illustrated. The pages and the books of the handwritten or the manuscripts are beautifully decorated or illustrated. But sometimes one of the problem of some of the manuscripts are it was very difficult to read because of the different style of handwriting. Because of the different style of the handwriting, there maybe will happen difficulty to read the historical literary books. Okay. Then now only few copies are available. There was handwritten, so there is no more number of copies. Only little, one or two copies are only available in the case of the manuscripts. Okay. The second type of literary sources are the printed textbook. Printed text. Okay. Such are the which was prepared by the help of the printing technologies. Okay. Later, after the development of the printing technology and the use of the papers, they started the printing the books. Okay, which is prepared by the printer technology, and we will available the number of copies. We can easily get the different copies of same book. Okay, easy to read also. Due to the printing, it was very easy to read, and this also beautifully decorated or illustrated. Okay, these are the two types of the literary sources. Then sometimes these literary sources maybe can chance to lose. There may be a chance to lose the literary sources. For example, Ziauddin Barani was a famous chronicler from the 14th century. He wrote a chronicle. That means the dynastic history of the Delhi Sultans. Okay. Chronicle means the dynastic history of the kings and rulers or dynasties. Okay, here this Ziauddin Barani was a chronicler. He wrote a chronicle. The name of this chronicle was about the Delhi Sultans. It was prepared in their 56 Common Era. Okay. Later, after 2 years, he was revised at this same copy of his chronicle. Okay. After some modification, he was again issued this same book. But what has happened? The Indian historians or historians were unaware. They didn't get any idea about, or they were unknown about the first copy of the Ziauddin Barani's chronicle. They get only first copy of this Ziauddin Barani in their 1960s. Up to 1960s, the Indian historians thought that there is only the revised copy of the Ziauddin Barani is written. But later only, after 1960s or 1960 onwards only, they realized that before this copy there was another copy was written. This is the first volume or the first edition of the book. So there may be a chance for the losing the books, documents also. Not only the archaeological sources, similarly sometimes the literary documents also chance to loss. Okay. Anyway, now we can stop this class. Thank you for all. Good morning.